Hello everyone and welcome back to this FM Scout video where we're going to take a look at what would happen if England had the best possible regens in their team coming through the academies, coming through the generated regens and filling out the England squad with the best possible talent, because at the moment it is restricted. Now, my name's Jenkaldo, and you're welcome to check out my channel. It's Jenkaldo. Just search it on YouTube. There'll be a link in the description. You can check out all my videos. I do experiments every week. There's also a daily European Journeyman series going on at the moment in FM17. So check out my channel as well. Subscribe if you enjoy it. But in terms of this experiment, what we're going to do originally is just take a look at the England squad, the England setup, and how the game generates players. And then we'll move forward about 4 or 5 years into the future, take a look at the regens that have been produced when England has better regeneration stats, and then have a look at what a difference it makes when you actually give England the best possible chances of generating these good young players. So if you have a look at the editor at the moment and edit the nation details, you'll see that the generated players have been changed on this screen to 200, but they're originally set at 120, and the ratings are not all good. They're set at different levels. Good is as good as it gets. There is no very good or excellent. It's capped at 15, but the fact that the standard setting for England is 120 shows that it's 80 points down on the average player that will be generated. They're coming out at around 120 at best, not at 200. So now that we've shifted it to 200, we can have a look at the players coming through as English prospects and how good they're going to be. What we've also done is go to each Premier League club, and we have changed their club details so that their facilities are actually very good, and most importantly their youth recruitment is now 20, which means that not only will they be able to train on the best facilities and have the best youth facilities and the best junior coaching for training players, we've also shifted their youth recruitment up to 20, so they will spot all of these brilliant players that are now coming through the England system. At the moment I've only changed that for the Premier League teams. We've not changed it for every club in England, which would actually be the best possible way to give England the best possible talent. So that is kind of what we're going to do. We're now going to jump forward 5 years into the future, take a look at where the England team is, where the under-21s team is, and see if we manage to get any top quality England youth players. Well, as you can see, we're now 5 years into the future. It's July 2021 and Fatih Terim is now the England manager. Gareth Southgate has gone. So we'll have a look at the England teams and see if there is any change. Now, in the national squad, there are no regens. It's important to remember that the regens affected by the changes we made won't come through until March 2017. So now that it's July 2021, they'll only be at most 20 years old. Most of them will be younger than that because they'll only have had 4 years of football in the game, and that's if they were generated at the age of 16 instead of 15 or 14. So none of them have actually broken into the England team. But if we take a look at the under-21 squad, you'll see when we sort them by value that there's quite a lot of very expensive young players in the team, and they are 20 years old. So Martin Malley is the most expensive of the bunch, and he's got very good stats across the board, which is what you need when you're a central midfielder. If you have a look at his history, he was actually generated in Sunderland, who got all those great facilities, and then he was bought by United for £3 million, and last season he did start to get some first team football at the club. And if we have a quick look at his behind the scenes attribute details, you'll see that he's got an ability of 148 that could become 156. So he's already a step above that 120 setting that we saw when we originally changed the stats. Joseph Morgan is another big player. He's worth 17.25 million. He's a striker, lots of 15s and 17s, especially the three key attributes for me, which are dribbling, finishing and first touch. 17 for finishing is exceptionally good. If we have a look at his attributes, you'll see that he is a 148 but could go as high as 178, which is right up there with the best players in the game. So he's now a brilliant prospect for the England team. And he actually came through at Preston, so he wasn't one of the top quality facilities that the Premier League clubs have. He's come through at Preston and moved to Liverpool for free, from what I can tell. and he's gone on to do quite well, breaking into their first team and the England under-21s. But the biggest player of all is actually David Martin. Now, he doesn't look it at the moment. He's 20 years old, valued at £16 million. He's still got some very good stats, but when you look at his history, he started out at Birmingham before being bought by West Ham for £27 million. And there's a reason they paid that much. It's because he has a potential rating of 190, which is the highest I've seen on this game. It's absolutely incredible, and it shows how big a difference this has made in just 4 seasons. And all of these 3 players came through in the first season of the new generations. And there's a lot of other players who are 19, such as James Stephens coming through. He's at Aston Villa at the moment, but he's got attributes that are capped at 179. So he came through the year after them. And when you look at the under-20s as well, you'll see that there's some 19 and 20-year-olds in here that are worth a bit of money. The under-19s have a few decent players at 17 and 19, and they don't start getting their value until they start to hit about 18, 19, 20. And a lot of them won't actually be in the England squad yet, because if they're at a Premier League club, they might not be getting enough game time to have impressed the England scouts. But it's a good sign that England have got so many players in this first round of 4 years that we've accelerated, that they're in the under-21s. They're the bulk of the best players in the under-21s. I mean, Martin Malley has got 27 under-21 caps. He's already scored 8 goals from midfield. That's how good he is. Won't be long before he makes his England debut either. And there'll be other players not in this squad that are also very good. They could even just be injured, which is why they're not in there at the moment. So we've only gone 4 or 5 years into the future, and we've already seen some brilliant players come through. If you would like to see us go even further into the future, maybe 10 years, do let us know in the comments. Drop a like on the video, and of course do check out the FM Scout website too. It's full of excellent tactics, blogs, skins, everything you could possibly need to fill out your FM17 experience. There's plenty of stories, and you can also catch all of the other YouTube videos. Make sure you subscribe to the FM Scout channel. If you enjoyed my style of presenting the video on the channel, do check out my channel as well. Just search for Jenkaldo and you will find me. But until next time, see ya.